Chapter 9. Order for maintenance of wife, children and parents. Section 125 to 128. No wife shall be entitled to receive maintenance from her husband under Section 125 of Crpc if she is living in adultery. In which one of the following cases it was held at Supreme Court by the Supreme Court that Section 125 of Crpc was applicable to all, irrespective of their religion. Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Sahabano Begum. Only one statement is true amongst the following. If a person has sufficient means, neglect or refuses to maintain his mother, she can apply under Section 125 of Crpc. In which case has Supreme Court held that Section 125 of Crpc was applicable to all of their religion, irrespective of their religion. Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Sahabano Begum. In which case it was held that second wife of a person whose husband's first wife is alive cannot claim maintenance from her husband under Section 125 of Crpc. Khemchand Om Prakash versus State of Gujarat. Who among the following is entitled to maintenance not entitled to maintenance under Section 125 of Crpc? Uterine brother is not entitled. Who is entitled? Legitimate minor child, divorced wife, father. A minor child claim maintenance under Section 125 of Crpc from his father who is in USA. The court directed the magistrate to issue a warrant for recovery of amount of maintenance from concerned parent in USA through Indian ambassador in USA. It will also held that the court that if the father failed to send the amount of maintenance, then the magistrate will proceed according to law. This was held in the case of Payal versus Pradeep Kumar Kambhoj 2000. Who of the following cannot claim maintenance under Section 125 subclause 4 of Crpc? Wife living in adultery, wife living separately by mutual consent. Who among the following is not entitled to claim maintenance under Section 125 of Crpc? Unmarried sister. Which one of the following statement is not correct with reference to the Section 125 of Crpc? 2 is not correct. Which one is correct are Section 125 cannot be used against a person who does not possess sufficient economic means. A married daughter also has the obligation to maintain her parents who is unable to maintain themselves. A woman who has taken divorce from her husband and has not remarried may claim maintenance from her ex-husband. Under Section 125 of Crpc, a magistrate has power to grant interim maintenance and the expenses of the proceedings. A person having sufficient means rejecting to maintain her parents is liable to maintain the parents. Who may claim for maintenance under Section 125 of Crpc? Illegitimate minor child. Who among the following is not entitled to maintain under section 125 of CRPC? Uterine brother. In which one of the following cases Supreme Court has held that a married daughter with independent sufficient means of her own is liable to maintain her father and mother under section 125 of CRPC? Sundeep Chaudhary versus Radha Chaudhary. If a husband is contracted marriage with other women or keeps a mistress, it is good ground for his wife to refuse to live with him. A magistrate making an order of alteration of amount of maintenance may increase the amount above rupees 5,000 per month. Who actually can get a maintenance under section 125 of CRPC? Divorced wife unable to maintain herself. Who can pass the order under the provision of section 125 of CRPC? First class judicial magistrate. Which of the following cannot claim a maintenance under section 125 of CRPC? Major married daughter who cannot maintain herself. A dash is entitled to maintain under section 125 of Code of Criminal Procedure 1973. Divorced wife remarried. Which one of the following are liable under section 125 1D of Code of Criminal Procedure for payment of maintenance to their parents who are unable to maintain themselves? Sons and daughter both. According to section 125 of CRPC, a magistrate of the first class can order a monthly allowances for maintenance of the person mentioned therein. The amount of the magistrate may deemed fit and proper in case with no limitation on the maintenance amount will be awarded. Under the Muslim Women and Protection Right on Divorce Act, the option to govern by the provision of section 125 may be given by the party either jointly or separately, in which case Supreme Court held that only a legal wedded wife can claim maintenance under section 125 of CRPC. Savita Bain Soma Bhai Bhatia versus State of Gujarat. Monthly amount of maintenance under section 125 of CRPC is without any limit. Who among the following cannot claim maintenance under section 125 of CRPC? Major son from his father. To seek compliance of maintenance order, an aggrieved party must make an application to the court within the period of 1 year. Which court has power to grant maintenance to wife, children and parents under CRPC? Court of Magistrate First Class. Under section 125, court can order to make a maximum monthly allowances for maintenance up to unlimited. In which one of the following cases the Supreme Court held that section 125 of CRPC was applicable to all, irrespective of their religion? Muhammad Amjad Khan versus Sahabano Begum. Which one of the following person cannot claim maintenance under section 125 of CRPC? A legitimate child who after attaining majority cannot maintain himself by reason of economic hardship. A legitimate child who after attaining majority cannot maintain himself by reason of economic hardship. A legitimate or illegitimate. Which one of the following statement is true? Imprisonment for non-payment of maintenance is for punishment. Imprisonment for non-payment of maintenance is a punishment. A divorced wife is entitled to maintain herself from her husband till she remarry. Remedies under Section 24 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and Section 125 of Criminal Procedure Codes are independent to each other. A Muslim woman deserted by her husband without divorce is entitled to maintain under Section 125 of CRPC has been declared by Supreme Court in the case of Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shah Banu 1985. In which one of the following case a wife is not entitled to maintenance if she is living in adultery, if without sufficient reason refuse to live with her husband, if the parties are living separately by mutual consent. Who among the following may order for maintenance of wife, children, parents under CRPC 1973? Magistrate of first class. Who is not entitled to any maintenance under Chapter 9 of CRPC? Physically or mentally able adult son. Under CRPC, a magistrate may order to make a monthly allowances for maintenance at the monthly rate of a magistrate thinks fit, as a magistrate thinks fit. Which one of the following person cannot claim maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC? A legitimate child who after attaining majority cannot maintain himself by reason of economic hardship, divorced wife who is living in adultery, wife who taken a divorce by mutual consent. No wife shall entitled to receive maintenance from her husband under Section 125 of CRPC if she is living in adultery. Under Section 125 of CRPC, a daughter can ask to maintain her father, a father can ask to maintain his minor child, a son can ask to maintain his father. The court can forfeit the right of maintenance on the ground of remarry or sexual immorality. A divorced Hindu wife can claim a maintenance under which one of the following act? Hindu Marriage Act and Criminal Procedure Code 1973. In which case it was held by the Honorable Supreme Court that a married daughter is also liable for maintain her parent. Visaya Manohar Akhtar versus Kasi Rao. Under Section 125 of CRPC, a magistrate of first class can order a person to make a monthly allowances from the maintenance of his father. Who among the following, unable to maintain herself due to physical abnormality, can claim maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC? Illegitimate major married daughter. Under which one of the following section of CRPC monthly allowances or interim monthly allowances for maintenance can be altered? Section 127. A wife is not entitled to claim maintenance from her husband under Section 125 of CRPC if she is living in adultery, has refused to live with her husband without sufficient reason, is living separately with the mutual consent. After enactment of the Muslim Women Protection of Right on Divorce Act 1986, the jurisdiction under Section 125 of CRPC 1973 to grant maintenance to Muslim women is retained. What is the maximum amount of maintenance which can order by the magistrate as a monthly allowances under Section 125 of CRPC? No limit. Point out the most accurate answer. Under Section 125(4) of CRPC, who among the following cannot maintain? Only a wife living in adultery, only a wife living separately by mutual consent. Who among the following is not entitled to claim maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC? Wife living in adultery, major married daughter who has not maintained herself, both husband and wife living separately by mutual consent. Which one of the following cannot be the ground of refusal of magistrate to grant maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC to wife? None of the above these. The proceeding under Section 125 of CRPC is essentially quasi-criminal proceeding. How much amount of monthly maintenance may be awarded in the favor of wife under Section 125 of CRPC? Any amount. Who among the following is not entitled to maintain under the Section 125 of CRPC? Uterine burial. Point out the incorrect answer. Under Section 125 subclause 4 of CRPC, wife will not entitled to maintenance allowances if she embraces some other religion. Now under Section 125 CRPC, what payment per month can be ordered for maintenance as a magistrate deemed necessary in circumstances? Under Section 125 of CRPC, maximum amount of maintenance payable per month is, there is no prescribed limit. The maximum limit of Section 500 that could be paid to wife maintenance under Section 125 was removed in 2001. A woman whose marriage has been annulled by decree of nullity under Hindu Marriage Act 1955 seek maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC as against her husband. Which one of the following statement is correct? Women would succeed as even wife can claim maintenance. Section 125 of CRPC is applicable all person belonging to all religion. Under Section 125 of CRPC, a person cannot be asked to maintain the following: his siblings. Which one of the following magistrate is authorized to decide maintenance under Section 125 of CRPC? First class magistrate. Point out the wrong, as order maintenance and order maintenance may be passed under Section 125 of CRPC where a person neglects to refuse the maintenance his wife even if living separately by mutual consent, in which case Supreme Court held that Section 125 is applicable to all irrespective of their religion. Muhammad Ahmad Khan versus Shahbano. Under Section 125 of CRPC, provision for maintenance of wife, children and parent is made. In the state of Madhya Pradesh, who else can claim maintenance under this section? Grandparents. The maximum amount of maintenance provided under CRPC is no fixed amount. under the provision of section 125 clause 4 of CRPC, who is of the following cannot claim maintenance from her husband? Wife living separately by mutual consent. For the purpose of section 125 of CRPC, a minor means a person who has not attained the age of 18 years. For the maintenance under section 125 of CRPC definition, the wife include divorced wife who is not remarried. Against the order of magistrate under section 125 of CRPC, the remedy is revision in the court of district and session. When wife will be entitled for claiming maintenance? When she has got divorced. If the divorced woman claim a maintenance from her husband, she will succeed even if she is a Muslim. In which one of the following cases it was held that amount awarded under section 125 for the maintenance was adjustable against the alimony amount awarded in matrimonial proceeding under section 24 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and was not to be given over and above the same. Sandeep Chaudhary versus Radha Chaudhary. Which one of the following statement is correct? A wife can get maintenance if she has obtained a divorce or has been divorced by her husband. The order passed under section 125 of CRPC can be challenged by unsuccessful party by filing a revision either before the court of session, either before the session judge or a high court. A mere plea of divorce would not be sufficient to disentitle a Muslim wife from claiming maintenance under section 125 laid down in the case of Daniel Latifi versus Union of India. An application for maintenance under section 125 of CRPC by father against his son has to be filed in any district where the son resides. Enforcement of order of maintenance is covered under section 128. Who cannot claim maintenance under section 125 of CRPC from a person having sufficient means who neglect to refuse to maintain him or her brother unable to maintain himself. Who can claim maintenance under section 125 clause 1 of CRPC? A legitimate or illegitimate major male child suffering from physical or mental abnormality, a legitimate or illegitimate married minor child who is unable to maintain himself, divorced wife who has not remarried. The order under section 125 are summary in the nature and do not finally determine the right and obligation of the parties, which is to be finally determined by civil court. Under section 125 of CRPC, a magistrate the power to grant interim maintenance and the expenses of the proceeding. Which one of the following is entitled to receive maintenance under section 125 of CRPC? A divorced Hindu woman who has not remarried and unable to maintain herself. Section 125 of CRPC provides alteration of monthly or interim monthly allowances. Under the provision of section 125 clause 4 of CRPC, who among the following cannot claim maintenance from her husband? Wife living separately by mutual consent. Indian Evidence Act is applicable to proceeding under chapter 9 of CRPC and execution proceeding.